Hello and thanks for tuning in to this video. As a new driver to Lyft, I just wanted to do an analysis to see how much I would be taking home per hour, and just kind of what to expect in terms of expenses. And so that's the purpose of this video, is to share that information with you. Now, what I've found is that the rates really vary from area to area around the country. In the Raleigh-Durham area that I'm in, we're just a little over 50 cents a mile to drive. And if I were to go up the road in Virginia around Danville, it's over $1 a mile to drive. So check out the rates for your area. So we're going to look at my data set, which I entered it each day into a spreadsheet when I got home, and just to look at what the profits were. And actually, I lost a couple days, but over 266 rides, which occurred over 33 days in October through December of 2018 in the Raleigh-Durham area. And I wanted to ask the question, could I bring home $20 an hour driving Lyft? So this is what I made my very first day of driving. It was really easy. It was after a football game at UNC. I picked up 8 people, drove around, had a great time, made $63.27 plus $11 in tips, and I've averaged about 20%, 15-20% tips. There's a little bit of prime time, so it was $75.27 after 3 hours and 25 minutes. So that's obviously over $20 an hour. Now let's look at how much it cost in fuel, depreciation, maintenance from what I brought in order to earn that $75. So over the course of the 8 rides, I drove 167 miles and averaged 25 miles per gallon. Fuel at that time was $2.49 a gallon, so I ended up spending $16.63 in gas that day. So in addition to gas, we need to look at the maintenance cost, brakes, oil change, tires, that sort of thing, which it's been suggested that 8 cents per mile is a good value, as well as a vehicle depreciates. The more you drive it, the less it's worth. You're required to have a 2007 or newer vehicle. And Kelley Blue Book recommended 8 cents a mile for mileage depreciation. So let's take a look at how much that's costing us. To recap, that's 8 cents a mile maintenance and 8 cents per mile depreciation. So after our costs for gas, $16.63, and depreciation, 16 cents per mile between the maintenance and the vehicle depreciation, which was added up to $26.72. Our actual profit from the $75 was $31.92. Well, the $31.92 divided by 3.5 hours of driving is coming out to $9.12 an hour for driving. It's not the 20; it's about less than half of it. But let's see how much of that is taxable. So the standard mileage deduction in 2018 is 54.5 cents a mile. So we'll just take that and multiply how many miles we drove and see if our deduction exceeds our income. In 167 miles at 54.5 cents a mile, that was a deduction of $91.02, which exceeded the $70-some income. So obviously the income is non-taxable. It can all be written off. In fact, I found out that that's been the case throughout. I have several $100s more in deductions than income over my overall riding time period. I want to now look at just the big picture. This was just over the course of one day, my first ride, and just see if this is representative. So this evaluation looks at the overall average across 33 days, of which I was driving part-time, 149.85 hours, 266 riders. I brought in $2,383.23 and averaged 1.75 rides per hour. Over this time, I ended up driving 4,722 miles, and given averaged out over the hours, it was 31.5 miles per hour. So I was moving a lot. So compiling all the data My overall average was $7.71 per hour. There were actually some days that I was in the negative. The key is chasing bonuses. My best week, I worked 3 days. I had over 50 rides, and I went after every bonus that was possible. I brought in $590 in 3 days, and I averaged $13.10 per hour during those days. Again, going for the bonuses, the prime time, the roundups, anything you can really makes a difference. A big mistake I made was to not use a promo code when I signed up as a Lyft driver. I ended up losing out on about $500 had I used an appropriate code. The code below, Marshall 40611, if you use this in the Raleigh-Durham area, I'm not sure about other areas, but if you use this, supposedly Lyft will give you $2.50 extra per ride, up to a $500 bonus for using it. I found out about the bonuses after I signed up and just found something online and submitted it to Lyft customer service and requested that they apply it. And it may have been a bogus bonus, but I didn't see any bonuses for the initial rides. So if you're going to drive, I would highly recommend starting out, finding a bonus. If not this one, just make sure you sign up for a driver bonus before you start. But I'd appreciate if you use this one. I would also actually get money back as well if you use this, and that would be helpful. Thank you. I want to reiterate the value of that $7.71 per hour, because all of my income was tax deductible due to the standard mileage deductible. So that $7.71 may be worth $10, $11, $12 depending on taxes in your area. I mean, as far as a regular job, 10, 11, 12. The beauty of doing this is you work on your own schedule. You go to work and you come home when you want. So there's some intangibles there. I wanted to just speak briefly about some of the pros and cons that I've found in addition to the financial. First of all, the pros: you're providing a service to people. I've met some tremendously interesting individuals. I've met some people I've been able to help in different ways. It's a really great way to connect with people in your community and provide a service. Some of the cons are or maybe this is more in the way of tips. You can get sent out of, if you're not toward the center of your area, whoever's on the fringes of your area can get sent quite a distance to pick up a rider outside of your orbit. And, it can drive 15 miles or so, pick somebody up and take them a block, and then drive back, and basically you're like $3 an hour, and you lose money on those hours. So try to focus in the more populated areas and the prime time and the areas where they're giving bonuses, and your profits are considerably larger. However, you're doing this as a service, and people need a ride, and that's part of it, is being able to go to the outer parts and provide that service to people. But anyway, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you take a chance at it. I mean, if you don't like it, quit. If you do, keep doing it, and it's just a great way to pick up a few extra dollars and help people out.